Hello, Tammy Cinematic Skeins here with a public service announcement. And right off the bat, I have to say, I'm not trying to be rude. I'm not trying to call anybody out. I'm just being informative for the people that don't know. Okay? I'm just sharing this for the people that don't know. So everybody's well informed. Okay? Okay. So we're there. We're friendly. We're having a nice conversation right now. All right. I'm Tammy. I run Cinematic Skeins. I dye yarn. I mostly, Cinematic Skeins Instagram came about because my friends were tired of seeing all the yarn, because when I got into knitting during the pandemic, I was just like, yarn, here's what I'm knitting. And it got old. So I created this Instagram to separate my creative stuff from my regular, day-to-day, oh, hey, look what I ate posts, on Instagram. So Cinematic Skeins came about because I wanted to separate my hobby from my day-to-day life, okay? And share it with the people that were interested. Welcome. Thank you for following. The yarn dyeing aspect came about because I could not find a colorway I wanted. So I looked up how to dye my own yarn, started dyeing my own yarn, realized I would never, ever be able to knit the amount of yarn that I had dyed just playing around. And Heather of On the Lamb Yarn Shop was like, hey, you should sell your yarn. It's good enough. Do it. And that's how I became a yarn seller. And then Amy and Hunter at West 7th Wool gave me the opportunity to do my first trunk show, and the ball got rolling. And I started buying more yarn. The yarn that I sold, I used the profits from that to buy more yarn to dye. And when I started doing the podcast to share more of what I was doing, to buy more yarn, not just for myself, but to buy yarn for you guys. So the profits from Cinematic Skeins goes to buying more yarn and supplies for me to dye, and to buy yarns for giveaways. That's all that there's no like money in the bank account. That's all like in, out, done, and all the yarn that I buy for my personal stash comes from my personal paycheck from the day job. With that said, I do have a day job. I do have a life outside of Cinematic Skeins. It's not much of one because I'm a huge introvert and I'm always at home, but I enjoy my downtime. I enjoy watching movies and doing nothing and just hanging out with my dogs all day, or going for drives and doing all the whatnots. I have other hobbies. I like to knit. I learned to knit during the pandemic. I like knitting. I crochet. I like creating things. My mind, because I'm very flighty, flits from one thing to the next, one interest to the next. Right now, I'm obsessed with spinning things. So you haven't seen a lot of yarn dyeing because I'm like, ooh, I want to learn how to spin. That's how I work. That's how my brain works. I hyperfixate on things, okay? With that said, long story short, not short, yarn dyeing for me is a hobby. While it is a business, it's a hobby. So I may not update the website very often. I may not dye all the time. In fact, I believe I announced that I was taking a break from yarn dyeing after the yarn crawl so I could focus on my other interests and give myself some space to deal with things that are going on in my personal life and my health and all that good stuff. So when I get messages like, hey, where's the yarn? Why isn't there anything on the website? I'll get to it when I get to it. I have never, ever done regular updates of the website because I don't dye on the regular. When there are things available on the website, I will let y'all know when I update the website. And I'm not trying to be rude or shady or unappreciative of people that are interested in my yarn. I thank you for being interested in my yarn. I'm still flabbergasted that people are interested in the yarn that I dye. But it's a hobby, y'all. You got to give me time, because if it gets to a point where I feel like I have to do it, it won't be fun anymore. Kind of like I love driving, but now that I live where I live and I have to drive all the time, it's not as fun for me anymore. Don't make yarn dyeing not fun for me anymore, because if that happens, I'm just going to stop selling to people and only dye for myself. And that's not hurting me at all because, again, it's a hobby. And the profits from the yarn dyeing just go to buying more yarn to dye. So it won't hurt me any. It just means that I just have to dye less because I won't be able to buy as much yarn to play around with. But please don't rush me. Please don't be rude about my not having yarn available on the website yet. Yes, I have yarn left over from the yarn crawl. I have taken pictures of it. I will update the website when I'm in the mindset to update the website. It will be up there. And if I lose people or you don't want to buy my yarn because you don't like what I'm saying right now, I'm sorry. I am not for you. I'm not for everybody. I'm learning that. But yeah, patience. Give me some space. Let me enjoy my hobby and share it with you. I do share with you. Give me the time and space to do that, please. Thank you.